Hello, and this is the English 2 Unit 3 Performance Task Debriefing. The focus for this unit is research, reading, and writing. Before I get into the unit map for Unit 3 and the performance task, I want to give a couple of quick reminders. The first is that performance tasks are required, so all teachers are required to administer the district performance task to their students for this unit. I also want to remind you that I am available and at your disposal for any kind of support that you may need in the implementation of the unit maps and any of the district assessments. So don't forget that I'm just a phone call or email away. My office number is 919-560-2605. As a district, once again, we're learning how to best implement performance tasks throughout the district to improve student achievement, and we are open to feedback. And I would just request that any feedback that you do give, try to offer some suggestions about how it might work better at your school or as a district-wide assessment. We're open to that feedback. I'm especially open to that feedback. And in fact, these videos are a result of some of that feedback. These videos are an effort to provide some additional support for using the performance tasks and understanding how they fit in to the unit maps. So let's go ahead and dig right into Unit 3. Unit 3, again, the focus is on research, reading, and writing. with the focus standard for writing for this unit being to write informative or explanatory texts. And let's take a look right at these transfer goals. So our goal here for students, we want students to be able to gather relevant information from multiple sources and then be able to write with clarity informational or explanatory pieces. And that goes right along with the focus standards that are over here on the left-hand side. Our writing standard for informative explanatory writing is there. Citing evidence, delineate and evaluate arguments or claims. All of those things are the focus for this unit. These 4 boxes here, and it goes on to the next page as well, are the breakdown of all the building blocks of the skills, the information, and the kind of conceptual understandings that students need to be able to reach these transfer goals. So let's take a look at the performance task that is our effort to evaluate whether students have reached this transfer goal and or kind of where they are on the road to being able to reach this transfer goal. So the performance task for English 2, Unit 3, is an issue analysis. And I have it in a Word document here, so it's a little larger and easier to see. So the first thing I want to point out is that the required performance task is that students must write a well-developed exposition and analysis of an issue or topic. So that's the requirement. I have created and made available a model performance task that goes along with this requirement. And it's focused on distracted driving. I think that this is a hot topic and will be for quite some time. When I was young, distracted driving was changing the cassette tape. However, as we know, there are lots more dangers with distracted driving with the technology that we have available at our fingertips today. So I think this is a very relevant and engaging topic. And the task is, and it's a little bit of a stretch for kids, is that they can't take a side because the task is exposition and analysis, not an evaluation or an argument. So with this task, and I'll show you in a moment, there are some mentor and stimulus texts that do lay out all of the different statistics and information on both sides of the distracted driving issue. So this is one task that meets the requirement for the performance task. It does have a role for the student writer. It has an audience, it has a purpose, it has a context surrounding the type of writing. But I do want to remind you that teachers do have leeway. They have some room here, and you can make your performance task, make the performance task fit the texts and the concepts and themes that you've been working on in your classroom, as long as the goal is a well-developed exposition and analysis of an issue or topic. Don't let this turn into an argument. This is about exposition. So if this topic doesn't work for you, if this task and its context and all the specifics don't work for you, the way that you're working kids through this unit on research, reading, and writing, then you can definitely feel free to use the model performance task and develop a specific performance task that fits seamlessly into what you have been working on with kids in your classroom over the weeks of this unit. I do want to remind you, however, that regardless of whether you use the prompt that I've created or you customize your prompt for kids to write to, students must submit their responses for the required district performance task using this prompt in NC Write. And I'm going to show you here in NC Write how to find the task, and then you'll have a few more tabs up here, but you do have the prompts tab. So when you click on the prompts tab, you'll get the list of prompts, but you don't have to go through all those. You can sort the prompts. So we're going to look for just district prompts by choosing district. Then we're going to go to grade 10 over there, and it will sort for you. All those ACT prompts are waiting there for you to use if you so choose. And then the district performance tasks are right here. I want to remind you that you need to enable the prompt for your students. You can enable a prompt if it has a red X like this one. It's disabled, means your kids can't see it. For our district performance tasks, you would enable it by clicking on the radio button there and then scrolling up and clicking enable. When you click enable, it'll turn any red X that you've clicked on here into a green check. So for this task, the explanation of what the requirement is and the specific model task is available there. And I want to show you when kids pull up this prompt, when you pull it up, you can see this too, but when kids pull up the prompt, there are a bunch of attachments available to students. All of these attachments, excuse me, all these attachments are some complex texts that focus on the different sides in the discussion of distracted driving. So this prompt is packaged and ready for you to go should you choose to use it, either because it fits into what you're doing in class, or if you want to use the performance task as an on-demand writing task, you may do that as well. If you choose to customize the prompt, please make sure that you are using that model prompt to create yours, and that you are also attaching some stimulus and mentor texts for students to work through the course of the performance task. I'm going to go back to the unit map and remind you that in stage 3, there are some supports here. There's some professional resources. These are kind of on-demand, self-paced PD for teachers, and then instructional resources, which are classroom materials that you can turn around and use with your kids. They're ready to go. We also offer here in the stage 3 of the unit map a suggested pacing and sequencing that would ensure your students have all of the knowledge, skills, and understandings to be successful on the performance task. So make sure I cover everything. So I want to remind you again 2 things. I'm available for support. I'm available to come out to PLCs. You can catch me when I'm doing classroom and school visits, or you can shoot me an email or give me a call and say, please come out to our PLC and help us get this thing on the road, get our kids started towards success on these performance tasks. And I will definitely find a way to do that. So zip me an email or give me a phone call, 919-560-2605, and let me know how I can help. Thanks, and have a great day.